Claudia is back on her bullsh. Vic is back on his bullsh. And Walter ain't never stopped being on no bullsh. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Power Book 4 Force video. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down episode number 9 from season 1. And there's a whole bunch of foolishness going down and trying to set up Tommy to be the ops. And I don't like that. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so that you don't miss out on any of my Power Book 4 Force videos. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So as the episode opens, we find Walter Flynn finding Vic Flynn at the hospital, and he is recounting the last moments he had with Gloria right before she is shot in the face by the Serbian goon. Vic. Just when I started to feel bad for you, just when I started to have hopes, you sit your goofy behind up in this hospital bed, ruminating and grief-stricken, which is understandable, and gullible is all outdoors. Your father walks up and tell you that Tommy Egan's behind this, and you know what? While he at it, he tells you that the sky is purple and that the sea is full of hot lava. You can never get in the ocean again. And you like, you know what, Dad? You're right. Down with the ocean and down with Tommy. Sir, make it make sense. The stuff that Walter Flynn was saying was so dang on thin when it came to him making a case about Tommy teaming up with the Serbians. Why in the hell would Tommy team up with the Serbians after he recruited you and Diamond's help to try to take them out? The Serbians are coming for him the same way that they're coming for you. Make it make sense. Tommy came to you before any of this happened, gave you an unmarked car, a rental car, told you to take the back roads, and told you to get out of town because what? Your goofy racist father was coming for your girlfriend. And now that same goofy racist father is sitting up in your face telling you that Tommy did all this. Meanwhile, Tommy has no motives and has done nothing but try to help your goofy behind. Make it make sense, because it don't. The math ain't mathin'. And Vic, now you're on my list. You're really on my list. Your sister was already on my list because she has got to be the most dumb drug dealer I have ever experienced. But you are also on my list as well. Watching Walter Flynn make this case about how Tommy is connected to the Serbians and watching Vic fall for it was the most annoying way to start the episode. And yet and still, that is how we started the episode. From there, we learned that Walter is going to call in the Irishmen, the 4 horsemen that apparently are part of an extended crew for them that gets the job done and are only called in for heavy jobs. But Walter's going to make sure that Tommy is the first hit for this and not necessarily the Serbians, even though he's saying that he's going to come and get both of them. The whole thing is stupid. It's just so stupid. The Flynns really pissed me off this entire episode. And Claudia, girl, you have literally just been seeking validation, and Claudia, you literally started an entirely new drug enterprise just so that you can prove that you can run with your daddy because your daddy would never let you run with him. And all you actually want is clout, and drug dealers who want clout actually end up dead or in jail. But you don't seem to understand that, and it takes nothing but your father to send a 911 SS call about Vic getting shot and then convincing you that Tommy did it. Meanwhile, you know that Tommy has his hands full what? Moving your product because you have no idea how to do it. Standing up y'all's criminal drug organization, and you know deep down in your soul that Tommy has nothing to do with it. Yet and still, your gullible, I just want to be loved and seen by my daddy behind falls right into his trap as well. Walter has the most thin evidence, no evidence in fact, that Tommy actually did this. And meanwhile, we have to sit and watch Vic and Claudia alongside a pool ruminate over the fact that Tommy Egan has one up their family again. Tommy Egan don't even give a damn about y'all's family. Did y'all know that? He do not care what y'all got going on. Y'all are not actually competition. You are actually not a factor in his whole damn life. In all honesty, Claudia, he's being nice and allowing you to stay within this business that y'all was building because you are useless, sis. You are utterly useless. That is also why your father probably never let you come onto the other side of the business, because your services are not needed there, honey, sweetie, snuckums. After one conversation with Walter in the kitchen where he tells her that he's gonna bring her into the war room, that is all she ever wanted, and now she is putty in Walter Flynn's hands. Was anybody else annoyed watching the Flynns this episode? Because it cannot just be me. And Paulie, I'm sorry, baby, but blink 3 times if we need to get you up out of there, because clearly you know that this is a horrible idea. You try to talk to Walter and he ain't hearing it. He talking about calling in the 4 horsemen. Meanwhile, you know that Tommy ain't do it. He know that Tommy ain't do it. Vic know that Tommy ain't do it. Claudia knows that Tommy ain't do it. So why y'all going on suicide missions for no reason? Because you're stupid. That's why. And Claudia spends a good portion of the episode trying to avoid Tommy until he shows up at her penthouse and makes it very clear he ain't know nothing about it. He ain't had nothing to do with it. And he did what he could to try to help. And Gloria being caught in the crosshairs is going to be a problem. And it's so crazy because in this moment I was like, all right, now Claudia is going to wake up and realize that her father is playing her. She can see it all in Tommy's face. She know that Tommy about to do something about it. Okay, cool. But no, she decides to go from her penthouse over to the Serbians because what you was finna do, girl? Bust up in there and shoot up the place? What was you really finna do with this Prada and your car parked a little bit down the street? Walking plain as day like you got a gunny on your hip because you walking crooked. Girl, I just can't do the stupid criminals, y'all. I really just can't do the stupid criminals. Meanwhile, when she walks up on and sees Tommy coming out of the meeting with the Serbs, before even getting clarity or better understanding of what's actually going on, she runs back to Daddy and says, yeah, of course it is Tommy. I figured it out. I knew it was Tommy. I just saw him with the Serbians. Meanwhile, Tommy has not only figured out how to get the Serbians on his side because y'all are coming for him unnecessarily, but guess what? He gonna have to lay y'all asses out. And then two, he has already avenged Gloria because guess what, Vic? While you was sitting on your hands and crying to your daddy, Tommy was about that action. Tommy was with the Tommy's about to get it done. And he just paid $500,000 just so that he could shoot the man who shot Gloria in the face. He ain't new to this. He true to this. And that's why you mad. Because he sees you. Use a punk. It's fine. Use a punk. Now, I'm going to finish up with these Flynns because I've been talking about them for way too long. By the end of the episode, we see them meeting with the 4 horsemen who are supposed to be about the action. I'm sorry for all y'all's losses because quite a few of y'all is going to die. I doubt that Walter Flynn is going to die in the season finale. I'm hoping that Claudia catches a bullet. If I have to choose between the Vic siblings, I want Claudia gone first, and then we can handle Vic next season, which will enhance the vendetta that Walter has for Tommy, and I'm totally here for it. Y'all probably about to lose 2 of these 4 horsemen as well in this battle, but since you want beef, let's go ahead and make it happen. Set the plates. Now, in some more interesting news, Tommy is moving about this episode, not only navigating his grief that Gloria caught a bullet, but also trying to balance the delicate secret that's going on between JP and D-Mac. D-Mac is killing it in the, count room. He knows everything about the money. Him and Tommy are really bonding. They seem like they are really tight at the top of the episode. Tommy gets him and Tommy's like, yo, you're doing this for now, but you're gonna need to get out. And it's so interesting because it's not until Tommy has a conversation with JP outside of the hospital after D-Mac is shot later on in this episode that you really realize that Tommy was trying to mastermind some stuff. He has a moment earlier on in the episode where he's talking to D-Mac about how smart he is and how he's young and how he needs to find something else to do that's not gonna put him on the other end of a bullet. And he also has that conversation similar with JP in the lab because he's like, you making great headway towards your goal. Once you reach this number, then you back to, working on your club, you out of this life. So it's so interesting because I wasn't until I saw him talking to JP outside the hospital that I put 2 and 2 together like, yo, he really just is buying time. Yes, they helping him in his business, but he's really trying to orchestrate his little family and make sure that they get back together. He told JP that he was trying to wait for the perfect time to be able to tell him about D-Mac. And I feel like that perfect time was probably going to be once he actually hit his number and he told him he had to get out of the lab. And of course, Tommy was already planting the seeds for D-Mac to know like, yo, you don't need to be doing this forever. Hopefully being able to reunite them. And it's like, oh, he trying to resurrect his little St. Patrick, side family, because early on in Power, we remember seeing Tommy come over for dinner, come over to play video games with Tariq. Like he was really able to get that whole family vibe and family feel from James and his family, and I think that that's something that Tommy's character desperately needs. So finding JP has been really great for him, and then now trying to help JP put his life back together and ultimately his family back together could give Tommy another, serve for the need that he has of family. But it cannot be that simple because in this episode, JP tells Tommy that he called Kate. Tommy loses his in this episode. D-Mac tells him how, yo, we went to Gary and we set up something with Cousin Buddy so we could cut out Jannar. He ain't asked you to do that either. So now he not only is he mad at the father, but he mad at the son. He's still trying to get back for Gloria. He got the FLYNNS on his head. He gonna go meet with Diamond and asking for Diamond help, and Diamond ain't trying to help him. And I'm gonna be honest. I was like, Diamond, what is you doing? What is you doing? You literally heard Jannar talk about he's ready to take you out. He is disloyal. He don't care about you. He's over everything that you got going on. You literally walked in and overheard him throwing a tantrum to his homeboy, talking about pulling a coup on you. And Tommy coming to you asking you for help, and you gonna turn him away so that you can do what? Sit like a duck waiting for your brother to come and take your life or put you back in jail? King, please, Diamond. I feel like you are a very smart man. I feel like you are so zen. You're so chill. You're just so wise, but I have no idea what your play is here, and I'm very scared for you. Adrian, you cute girl. You got some good things to add to the conversation, but he got his brother on his head ready to take him out. We have no time for this little dinner. We have no time for this little chit-chatting and kissing across this diner table. We have no time for these pancakes. We do got time for helping Tommy figure out how he gonna stay alive from the FLYNNS coming at his ass, and how you, Diamond, are going to get realigned with Tommy, because clearly your brother has it out for you, is going to try to take the organization back from you, and Tommy is your best power play. So you sending him away to go back and eat these pancakes makes no sense to me, bro. It really makes no sense to me. Now, the most reliable, supportive, family-like person award goes to who? Liliana's. You know what, y'all, like, I love her so much. I'm gonna need her not to catch a bullet no time soon. I need her to make it at least 2 to 3 seasons with Tommy, because she is literally all that Tommy got. Their rapport is genius. Their inside jokes, how she like feels so comfortable with him, how he feels so comfortable with her. Tommy truly does have somebody that he can trust in Liliana, and she shows that in this episode. Like, I love her talking to Tommy about, before we would just go ahead and snatch Claudia up and beat this information out of her, but you trying to keep it cute and whatnot. Like, she's just with it. Like, she respects and understands what Tommy is building. She is grateful to be a part of it, and she's playing her damn position when everybody else seems to be wanting to play somebody else's position. Now, going back to these damn CBI boys real quick, because Janard spends a whole 20 minutes. It's not that long, y'all. I'm being dramatic, but it's way too long. I was tired of seeing it. I've been tired of hearing Janard cry and complain this entire season. This is way past little brother syndrome. This is some extra ego stuff. This is, oh, my life is over, my brother ruined it, and oh my god, I just will be a better leader. Meanwhile, I can't even lead myself into having some damn sense. Meanwhile, I can't even lead the organization to get a Dahlia Connect. I'm running around here with this little tester trying to make promises that I can't even uphold. Meanwhile, I'm out here robbing Jewish and Amish people. I'm not sure which one is which, and I'm not trying to be, rude or whatever, but those men that he robbed to get the little piece of Dahlia that he actually have, and you still actually have no Dahlia Connect, but you sit in this basement throwing tantrums about your damn brother. Jannar, make it make sense. You can't, because it don't. You're dumb. I can't, like... Jannar is about as frustrated as these damn FLYNNS at this point, and watching him throw this tantrum about Diamond, just literally, it was it for me. He gotta go. Old boy from the Shy gotta go. Y'all services are no longer needed, especially if you're gonna try to take out Diamond. Like, at the end of the day, if you are that mad about your life being taken over and having to run CBI, now that your brother is back, go fight, go to college. What are all these things that you said that you didn't get to do but you wanted to do? You still got time, but you ain't got the sense, you ain't got the discipline, but you got time. Go do that. It's the blaming everybody else for our decisions for me, because the same way that you're about to turn on your brother now and do what you want to do, you could have turned on your brother then and did what you wanted to do. Seamus is... I don't like Seamus, y'all. Y'all know I have not liked Seamus this entire time, and I don't feel bad about him being blackmailed. At the end of the day, the better bet would have not been to rob Diamond, but to ask for Diamond's help to get rid of this white police officer that is blackmailing you, because guess what? The moment that you come back to him with what he asked you for on this very tight deadline, he's going to do it again and make the deadline even tighter. You never get ahead of any of these things, and you should know this by now because you do the exact same thing, Seamus. Your name really needs to be stupid, because that's what you are. But Diamond goes along with it. And again, I'm trying to figure out what Diamond's play is. Like, yes, he had a gun to your head, but are we coming back on Seamus or what? Because it's way too many people that are spitting in your face and disrespecting you for me, Diamond, and I'm ready to ride, and you sitting up here eating pancakes. What it is and what it ain't. All right, y'all, and then by the end of the episode, Tommy has this very emotional moment with D-Mac telling him about JP right before Jenard and Goofy. I can't even think of old boy's name because he's a non-factor. God. Anyway, They ride on D-Matt because they trying to get D-Matt and his homeboy back for cutting them out of the deal with the Gary dudes. But meanwhile, that's his cousin. You cut them out first. You're wasting time, Jannar. Go find something else to do with your time. And I guess y'all actually accomplished what you were trying to accomplish, because you've been saying that you've been trying to take out Tommy this whole time. Meanwhile, when you sprayed the both of them, the only person who gets hit is D-Matt, and Tommy's standing there and clips one of your people in the car. Like, if you ultimately wanted to clip Tommy, then why didn't we adjust fire in this moment and actually get this thing done? Why? Because you're not capable of it, baby. Give it up. Give it a rest. But the shooting happens after Tommy has a moment convincing D-Matt that they're going to go and tell JP what's going on together. Another, again, little sentimental moment that takes us to the hospital. JP, I understand that you mad that you didn't know that this was your son. Okay, cool. But how hard have you been looking for him? Because the fact that he's shooting up your club every single week and you ain't acquiring, and all you can do is say, well, oh, live by the sword, die by the sword. Sir, you have no enemies out here in these streets. These are children shooting up your club every week. We ain't asking no more questions. Tommy called it almost immediately. He just got to town. But anyway, JP's pissed at Tommy because Tommy ain't tell him about D-Matt before, and now D-Matt is in there fighting for his life. Well, at least y'all together. Shit. That's my breakdown, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about episode 9. It was kind of all over the place for me, and I was really spending a lot of time being annoyed with the FLYNNS. So I don't know if I got to drop in the way that I typically drop in, but I'm excited for where Tommy's story is going. And if he got to lay out 4 horsemen and 3 FLYNNS and a Jenard next episode, you know, it just needs to be done, and I wouldn't be mad. What are your predictions, thoughts, theories, questions? Drop them all in the comment section down below. If you're new and you made it all the way to the end of this video, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so that you don't miss out on any of my Power Book 4 Force videos. Next week will be the season finale, y'all, and it is going to be explosive. You don't want to miss out on my content. See you in the next one.